Welcome back to Lock and Reload. I know there's a lot of videos out about these, and so therefore I'm not going to get into detail. But I did make some upgrades to my Mosin Nagant, or Mosin Nagant, however the hell you want to pronounce it. This is my 9130. This one, a little bit of history on the gun itself. I did purchase it last year. This one is literally vintage 1933. I need to do a little bit of bore work on it, but it is what it is. At the local Fleet Farm up here, I got it for $100. It is what it is. Now, I did some work on it as far as the bolt. It's still a straight bull bolt. I had to do some machining on it as far as polishing the chamber. I had to polish the bolt and whatnot because it did catch when I would open and close the chamber. It was just gummed up full of shit, and I had to do something about it. Next year, later this year, seeing that it is now 2011, later this year I'll be going boar hunting. That's why I decided to take the factory rear sight mount off, and if you can see that, I don't know how well you can see that. I took the rear sight mount and I took a 22 scope mount, and I used the existing mount on there, and we'll see how well that holds out at the range first. And then I put a long eye release scope on it, and because there are a couple other scope mounts out there that you can use just the housing of the rear sight, but unfortunately a lot of them are junk. They just, because of vibration, because of such massive recoil as this rifle has, it ends up just blowing off or just rattling apart. Now with this one, I did not have to take the front sight off at all, which is kind of nice because I just kind of want to keep it the way it is. I do plan on buying another one and sporterizing that and put a bent handle down on it, because they're inexpensive to do that. I mean, they're a dime a dozen, and there were so many hundreds of thousands and millions of these rifles made. You know, they were made by the Izzy Arsenal, they were made by Tool Arsenal, they were made by Remington, they were made by New England Westinghouse. They were made by a lot of different manufacturers, not to mention your finished variations. Not to mention your many different models that you have, whether it be the 9130, whether it be the M44, the M38, the M28, and there's many, many more. But you have your variations. Not to mention the Chinese made a variation of the M44. I do not believe, and correct me if I'm wrong, leave me a comment on the bottom. I believe they only made the M44, and I think they might have made the M38, not entirely sure. But these rifles were heavily used, whether they be the fighting rifle or the sniper rifles of World War II. That being said, so I want to get a second one, sporterize it, and make it more modern. But until then, I'm stuck with what I got. These are fine rifles. If you're looking for something inexpensive to shoot out at the range and your shoulder can handle a little bit of punishment, I recommend a 9130. I mean, they're $100 a copy depending on where you go. They range anywhere from $100 to $130. I mean, depending on who you buy it from. But it's my 9130. We'll see how it handles, and hopefully when the spring comes I can shoot more range videos and whatnot. I mean, my range is open all year round, but it's too fucking cold. At any rate, this is Lock and Reload with Ryan with your 9130. Later.